What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another Stronghold Crusader 1v1. Today we are here with our 1v1 tournament with the Crusader Pillar mod. As always, the installation guide and link to his channel can be found in the description of this video below. Today we're here for an insanely good matchup. Saladin versus Lionheart. Super excited. Can't wait to see it. We are still here on our new map given to me by Crusader Pillar. Don't ask me for it. He will release it on his own time, is what I've been told. I've been told not to share it. So sorry if this is a map that you want to play on. I would definitely just say watch his channel. Alright, Lionheart. Probably one of my favorite reworked people in this mod, for sure. Loving all of his new castles. Loving everything he's been doing. Super close towers. A little bit more of an intimate base. Love that. I'm really hoping there's a tower here on this inside. Not looking like there's going to be. That's okay. That is okay. But yeah, just loving some of that extra wall. You know, still keeping with our Lionheart theme here. Changing him over in the early game to utilize more of those pikes. Pushing in those early catapults here to get a big hit here on Saladin. These two actually fought in history. If you haven't seen the movie Kingdom of Heaven, highly suggest it. Great movie. Early pikes here coming off for Lionheart. Able to get inside of his base, but not able to do anything. Trying to rush him down with that early push here. Catapults doing heavy damage onto Saladin's fortification. Absolutely fantastic. Was able to replace that tower. Doesn't look like any small walls here will be a problem for Saladin. He's building up a pretty strong tower. A little bit of weakness here on this left side, but nothing too, demented. As we do know, Lionheart's weakness is horse archers. As we watch this small group do pretty good damage here against Saladin specifically. Lionheart having a little bit of trouble defending this first attack. Not something I would like to see so early. Unfortunately, as soon as those knights get in, they should be cleared out pretty quickly. By Lionheart's pikemen. We are seeing a +2 bonus as of right now for Lionheart's men, and pretty even here for Saladin. We'll have to check back later. Saladin here getting fully up and running. Love to see that. More pike here coming in from Lionheart. Second attack here from him. Would love to see some swordsmen come into those mix at some point, because I'm sure they will happen. Just a little bit later within that game, he is producing swords. So that should come here. Looking like he's attacking on this point, which isn't a bad place to attack. That should lead him right up to the king. The unfortunate part is you have these fire throwers trapped here that are ready to melt anything that gets in that way. Preparing here for a little bit longer of a game unless Saladin gets that kill. I think he's going to have just a little bit of some hardships here. Lionheart here not looking weak at all. Let's see what the game says. Is putting Saladin on top here. Lionheart, though, throwing out his third attack here. Been able to really attack well here. Walking into the troops of Saladin, though. This actually could be pretty beneficial because he's already made it to the walls here. He's being cleared off by those fire throwers. Those do really good damage for him, and now has to defend on his own terms here. Doesn't have a lot of that defense that he's used to having here, but was still able to defend. Like to see those knights out for him, able to help clear off those walls, able to help patrol the lands there. I think that's more of a defensive unit for him as well. And now we do see the Lumberjack Wars going to be getting into the middle here. Very excited to see that as well. Saladin's market, of course, going crazy here, running a pretty tight ship eco here. Religion, ale, plus different food types. He's got to be making a very pretty penny. His troops are a lot more expensive than Lionheart's. Lionheart's spending that little bit of extra time producing those resources in order to get that up and running. I mean, Saladin here, that is a lot of horse archers. Like to see the knights out there trying to defend, but those horse archers able to round out the castle here. Lionheart looking like he wants to send a counterattack here. Might be the smartest thing to do, as he does look like he's going to defend this. How many troops are pushing forward into the ballista is not something that he wants to do. But has managed to do it. Some have gotten to the walls. I don't think it's enough here to do any real damage. These lords are going to need to build up some very big armies to conquer one another. This is a pretty pivotal game in the tournament. Lionheart and Saladin, two strong lords here. There's no clear victor. This could definitely determine a pretty final spot in that ranking. Love to see increased archers in Lionheart's towers here. I mean, these are pretty full here. But Saladin in this mod has been more converted into like a Wazir, but better, utilizing more of the horse archer unit. Still no positive or negative for his troops. I kind of like the evenness. You don't need to use the negative or positive fear factor in any type of advantage here. Love that new knight model. I think it just looks good. Sending out a lot of knights here on the raid, looking like he wants to clear out that siege though. Saladin, look at those horse archers doing absolutely work against Lionheart. If managed to clear off all those towers to shut down that eco. Lionheart definitely looking like he's on the back foot here. This could be some pretty permanent damage coming onto him. Saladin's knights not able to get in, but those horse archers are still there. Still there, able to shut down those resources. The longer Saladin attacks, the more gold he's building up right now to send out his next attack very quickly. Horse archers are still there. Lionheart just ran out of food. We need to watch that. He's not getting any more in. That's something that can be very bad for him. He definitely seems like he's on the defensive here. It's kind of the result we were expecting here. You know, Lionheart specializes against lords, or the ground troop is really, the infantry troop is really what he needs to win here. Lionheart is best when he's behind you and he can just launch those massive attacks. I mean, his infantry is fantastic. The problem is that his archer troops are just not where they need to be in order to keep him in some of these high lord games. And look at that, Saladin and Lionheart attacking here both at the same time. Now this is what concerns me a lot here. This is how Lionheart could get a quick win. Gonna have to go past those fire throwers though. His troops are still in the field. Lionheart here now in the defensive here, and this is the problem. Plenty of horse archers to help clear that out. Saladin's knights are going to be going up. Lionheart will be falling down. Saladin has put on a very impressive display here. Has managed to absolutely smoke out Lionheart, and there's the reason why. 100k gold equal to a 45k gold equaled. I mean, that's just never something you really want to see. I mean, the KD for him just wasn't there, but it doesn't matter when you have 50k more. I mean, he's doubled his resources there. Lionheart just not able to keep up in that aspect. You know, Lionheart really just being an upper tier 3 to lower tier 4 lord, while Saladin I'd put in contender for probably top 3 strongest once up and running. The difference is that Lionheart just has a fantastic early game, and we saw that today. He was able to push 2 catapults right off the bat, and was also able to have a pikeman kind of ready to go. It gives him just a little bit more of an edge here against some of the other early game lords such as Hyena or Scorpion, making his survivability a chance to just go up versus someone like Saladin. That might not always happen, just with how much longer he takes to get that ego up and running. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the bracket. Here we are in the bracket. Saladin 2-0, Lionheart 0-2. You know, fighting Bear and Saladin right off the gate. That's a pretty challenging start. Next round, we will see him versus the Snail. My money's on Lionheart in that fight, absolutely 100%. Saladin next round will be going against Sultan. Will probably be coming up short in that fight, definitely. But we might see him become 3-0. Now that it is the end of the round, let's, of course, go down and look at where everyone stands. Get a refresh in here to make sure that this is completely up to date here. End of round 2. God, I do not like all these ads. Sorry for that. Bear here holding our number 1 spot, but he is tied with a few lords here. Inquisitor's another one who has impressed me so far this tournament, as well as Pig has had 2 pretty decisive wins here, I'd say. Hyena, that impressive early game, as well as, you know, not having to fight any lords that are too challenging yet. As well as Saladin here. Definitely, we cannot leave him out. You know, him and Pig are kind of representing the OG lords here. I'm wishing that, you know, the best in their tournament specifically. Like to see them, you know, at least make a run for it. Lionheart, kind of down in the barrels here, as well as these lords here: Snail, Sultan, Wolf, Caliph. Wolf, surprising that he's down that low. Kind of unfortunate, that is for sure. Snake making a pretty good run here at 101. We have a lot more games to go though. So definitely keep tuned in here as we have all these games. Everyone's going to play everyone. We're going to see exactly how they fare in these types of situations and tournaments. As always, thank you guys all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye.